Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Recruiting Masters Podcast, episode 15, brought to you by the CFC Insider. I'm Katie Burt, content manager and scout with CanadaFootballChat.com, alongside Clint Uttley, who's the lead analyst and head of the CFC Scouting Bureau and was a former U Sports head coach. Hey, Clint, what's up?
Not much, just enjoying a lovely Victoria day out here on the West Coast.
So, are you ready to talk a few more prospects? We released the CFC100 class of 2020 May edition, well, 6th edition, just recently today. The 150, CFC150 will be going out on Wednesday at noon. So there's a few new faces to the CFC100 that we're going to be talking about, as well as going into our Offer That Guy, who is a prospect out of BC, so you don't want to miss that. And we're barreling down on the CFC prospect game that's going to be played on June 1st in Ottawa, and then broadcasts on TSN the following day on June 2nd on the Sunday. So we're getting pretty excited about that.
Yeah, the game, the new lists are the new lists. Kind of gives an opportunity to some of those newer players and the players that are moving up and some of the players that kind of move around a bit on the list. So that's always, it's always good to push out a new list and just see who's doing what and how they're helping themselves. And sometimes there's players that move up and down, and yeah, it's just part of the process. So that's always exciting for us. Finding new kids is exciting for us. And then talking about prospects with regards to Offer That Guy, usually these are really, really good players who could probably play at any level, who for some reason may have kind of floated under the radar for a bit, and we're just trying to get them a bit more attention. And the game is barreling down at us. I think it's 2 weeks away now.
Yeah, 2 weeks out.
2 weeks away now, like pretty much the hay is in the barn, and rosters are set, staffs are set, everything's set. So it's going to be super exciting to get all that talent in one place, and there is a lot of talent. So, I mean, I'm excited to see them actually not just play in the game, but I'm interested to see kind of how they work through the weekend practices and when there's the 1 or 2 competitive periods that we have in Ottawa prior to the game, see how they compete against each other.
Well, and we've already seen a few messages going back and forth between Team Burris and Team Dunnigan, some trash talking going on, and all this next week starting, there will be more promotion on TSN, both online and on the actual television. So you'll want to tune into that and just keep your eye on what's going on, because it will start to ramp up as we get closer to the game. So be sure to follow us on Facebook, on our Twitter @ChatFootball, and Instagram CFC_football, and YouTube. And then don't forget to sign up for your exclusive CFC Insider membership, so that you can stay on top of these next top prospects that we're going to talk about for the rest of the show. So Clint, let's just kind of get right into it. The first one that is stepping out here is Miles Lefocate. He's a defensive back, 6'2", 175 pounds. Did play at his last season at St. Mike's in Toronto. Is now going to be heading down to Clearwater, and just received his first offer with Western Michigan.
Yeah, Miles did. We actually came across his name about a month or two ago and started kind of tracking him, and then it was interesting to see where he might end up. Just because I think most people know what happened at St. Mike's this last year and the fact they won't have a program next year. So I mean, he ended up, or he's committed to going down to Clearwater. And then recently, I think in the last day or two, he got his first NCAA offer. So, I mean, if you watch the kid's film, you're going to see a big, tall, athletic corner who did a good job. On his film, he did a good job both in zone and man, and was able to challenge the receiver at the line of scrimmage and make plays on the ball. So it's no surprise that he actually got an offer. I guess it was just a matter of time.
And then the next player is a defensive end, Wesley Bailey, 6'5", 215 pounds. That's a great frame to have. He's more of an athlete than an end per se, but he is super athletic and long.
Yeah, he's always had some, over the last 2 years, he's kind of done the camp and the circuits there with the spring camps and all the camps like the Rutgers camp and the Syracuse camp. So all those camps in that kind of in the NCAA, anyways. I've never really seen him focus at one position. I think 2 years ago he was a tight end, and I'm not sure what he was before that. I do know he's an athlete, and obviously he's part of a training academy there in Ottawa where they don't mess around. So, I mean, he does. He has all the tools. It's just it'll be interesting to see where he settles as far as position or positionally as it goes. So, I mean, I think right now he's trying to kind of get himself dialed in as a defensive end. So, but you can't look past the fact that he's like 6'5" and he's 215 pounds and he can run extremely well. So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see where he settles as far as a position goes.
Do you think that heading down to Clearwater, there's that lineup down there? There's quite a few defensive players on the line. Do you think that they might try and beef him up a bit and take him off that defensive end position, or?
I'm not sure what they're going to do. I mean, at
there's
this
a
point,
lot of them down there.
I don't know what's going. Yeah, surely, yeah. However it shakes out. There's only, say you play a 40. There's only 4 of them on the field at once. I'm assuming a high school program like that probably plays a 4-2-5 or something along that line. So I mean, there's only so many guys who can be on the field at one time. So I'm not really sure what they're going to do with them. I do know they've made great efforts to stockpile talent. So, but yeah, I have no idea. I mean, how many guys do you need on the depth chart, honestly? So I don't know where he's going to fit in down there.
And then we've got Avery Smiley. He's an athlete, 5'11", 200 pounds, out of Northern and Sarnia. He's super fast and athletic, and he plays both ways.
Yeah, he actually he was another one of the athletes who showed up at our tryouts for the prospect game. Did a few drills on both sides of the ball. Ended up leaning towards defense with regards to making the roster. So I kind of see him as like possibly a halfback or a Sam in the U Sports game. So I mean, he very well. I mean, let's just say safety. So I mean, he can run. He can really run. And he's really athletic. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see where he ends up. I know in the prospect game, he'll be playing the defensive halfback, Sam linebacker position. So he's going to have an opportunity to kind of showcase those skills because he's going to be covering some really good receivers.
And then we have defensive back Tanner Dogsitter, 6 feet, 165 pounds, out of London. Was playing at Rice, the Royal Imperial College.
I don't know what they're called.
With the C, there's 2 C's in there anyway.
RICC.
We'll say RICC.
Yeah.
But he's another tall, athletic defensive back.
Yeah. You know what? And that's one of the things that actually worked to his advantage in the Burlington tryouts is he was actually running with people and just his wingspan and his length allowed him to make a couple of different plays, both on the receiver and on the ball. So, I mean, you got to like those DBs who are in that 5'11", or better case scenario, 6 feet or taller. So, I mean, who can actually backpedal and break and do stuff like that. So, I mean, he's got some pretty good bloodlines too. I know a number of, I believe it's his one brother or possibly 2 brothers have actually gone on to play in the NCAA. So, I mean, yeah, he's a real good one.
If you want to listen to the rest of the Recruiting Masters podcast, become a CFC Insider member today for exclusive access to rankings, analysis, and daily football recruiting news from across Canada. Head over to CanadaFootballChat.com to sign up now.